Today I'm going to show you how to do box method multiplication. Box method multiplication is really a shortcut way to do the area model. We learned in area model that you would draw a rectangle. For instance, for 86 times 24, you would draw a rectangle and you would break apart the 86 into 80 and 6, and you break apart the 24 into 20 and 4, and you separated your rectangle sort of equivalent to the numbers that you're multiplying. For 86, you would do a large portion of 80 and then a very small portion with 6. Same thing with 20 and 4, a large portion with 20 and a small portion with 4. And then you multiply out the area for each of the 4 sections before adding those together. Well, box method multiplication is really the same thing, but we're not as concerned with the drawing of your area of a rectangle as much. Box method multiplication simplifies this even more. So to do 86 times 24 for box method, I would draw a box, and since these are both 2-digit numbers, then I would have 4 parts of the 2-digit number. Some people call this the window method as well, because when you draw this box, it looks like a window. We simply separate into expanded form, just like area model. 86 would become 80 plus 6. 24 will become 20 plus 4. So that's similar to the area model, except now we just section these off pretty much equally. We're not worried about how much space each number is taking up. After I have my box drawn and I have separated my 2 numbers into their expanded form, then I'm going to multiply for each one of these boxes. For each box, you multiply the number that is on top of it and the number that is beside it. For this first box, I would multiply 80 times 20. And if you want, you can write that really small in the box, but you don't have to. For this video, I'm going to write 80 times 20 in the box, so we remember we're multiplying 80 by 20. If I remember multiplying by multiples of 10, I know that I can really just multiply 8 times 2, which equals 16. And then include the 2 zeros from both of those numbers in my final product. So 80 times 20 is 1,600. For this next box, the number on top is 6. The number beside it is 20. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 20. I can multiply 6 times 2, which equals 12, and then 1 0 in my multiplication problem. So I add that to my answer to get 120. For the third box, the number on top is 80. The number beside it is 4. Multiply 80 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. I have 1 0 in my problem, so 1 0 in my answer. The final answer is 320. For the fourth box, the number on top is 6. The number beside it is 4, so I'm multiplying 6 times 4, which equals 24. The final step of the box method is to add these 4 partial products. So I'll write 1,600 plus 120 plus 320 plus 24. It is extremely important to line these numbers up according to their proper place value. I ask my students to look at the ones place and make sure that all the ones places are lined up. A lot of students, a common mistake is to line up starting with the left side, but you really should be lining up starting with the right side. So if I add 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4, I get 4. 0 plus 2 more is 4, plus 2 more is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 3 more is 10, so I need to put a 0 here and regroup the 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. My final answer for 86 times 24 is 2,064. Now, I'm going to try this again with another math problem. This time I'm not going to write the multiplication problems in the boxes. If I do 32 times 48, I would first draw my box and separate it into 4 sections. Break apart 32 into 30 plus 2. Break apart 48 into 40 plus 8. And this box I'm going to multiply 30 times 40. 3 times 4 is 12. Add 2 zeros. And this box I'm going to multiply 2 times 40. 2 times 40 is 80. And this box I'm going to multiply 30 times 8. Well, 3 times 8 is 24, and then add 1 zero for that 30. And this box I'm going to multiply 8 times 2, which is 16. Finally, I add my partial products together. 1,200 plus 240 plus 80 plus 16. 0 plus 0 plus 6 is 6. 0 plus 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 2 more is 5. 1 plus nothing is 1. My final answer for 32 times 48 is 1,536. And this is how you do box method multiplication.